Dave Berry here with National Recruiting Director Rob Cassidy to talk basketball. We've got final rankings out for the class of 2023. Rob, Isaiah Collier stays at number 1. He's on his way to USC. What was it that kept him at the top of the rankings?
We kind of on the road when I'm talking to other guys about him when we're watching him, we kind of refer to him as a Volvo because he's not like he probably wouldn't be, if we're being totally honest, he probably wouldn't be at the top of a ton of other classes, but this class at the top was pretty wide open. And he's super reliable, like he's a guy that has a very low floor where he's not going to make you look like a genius if he, pans out and it's great, but he's never going to make you look dumb either. So it's kind of the safe route. He's the kind of guy that does a lot of things very well. Even when his shot's not going, he's distributing the ball. He doesn't make stupid choices. You don't see him throw the ball into the stands a lot. He's just a very reliable point guard. It's going to impact the game in a number of ways and doesn't have to score, 25 points a game to really make his mark. I thought he was the safe choice. He's been our number 1 for almost a year now. And we just kind of stuck with him.
All right, and then Bronny James, a guy we love to talk about. He jumps way up to number 25. What did you see from him these past few months to make that jump? And then even better question, where do you see him going to play in college?
Yeah, welcome to the clickbait portion of the show where we talk about Bronny James. No, and for good reason. He's had a good month. He's he was in the running to win the MVP at the McDonald's All-American game. He shot the ball very well there. He's gotten a lot better. The thing about Bronny is that, I feel like when you talk about Bronny James, there's these two camps where one person, one side is, oh, he's overrated because of his name, or B, he's the greatest player of all time. And, there's never a middle ground. I think that's where he is. I think he's a fringe NBA player down the road that could be a legitimate pro, even if his name was, Bronny. As far as where he's going to go to college, the conventional line of thinking has been Oregon, Ohio State, USC. I think from what I'm hearing that USC is probably a little bit in the lead there, but I wouldn't bet much on it. I think that's where he'll end up, is close to dad out there in LA. Some rumors that he's been on campus there, but I haven't called LeBron and substantiated those rumors. So I think USC is the team to watch, though I would not completely rule Oregon out.
All right, we'll wait to hear from you till LeBron gets back to you on
yeah,
on
sure. I'll be waiting a while.
And then the other guy we want to talk about, Mackenzie Mgbako. He's a 5-star guy, number 8 overall. He recently decommitted from Duke. So what's going on with that? Where do you think he ends up?
Yeah, as soon as Kyle Flipowski said he was coming back to Duke, and Duke brought a lot of these guys from this class back, he kind of was like, I'm out, which I understand why. He wants to be a one-and-done guy. He wants the playing time. It makes sense. And now he's kind of opened things up. He's looking at schools like Louisville, who I think most people think is probably the most likely landing destination. He's got a relationship with Kenny Payne. They've got a host of, name, image, and likeness money that they're throwing around recently. And so I think they're definitely one to watch. St. John's made contact. You can never really rule Rick Pitino out, but I don't see that happening. It could, but I don't see it happening. And then he'll be on campus at Kansas. He's going to visit Kansas. I think that they'll be in the running there too. I think Bill Self, he fits with what Bill Self does. I think it'll be one of those 3 schools. Which one? I don't know yet. I think he'll still take some more visits. He has not visited Louisville yet, but he might.
All right. Well, that's everything from the final rankings for the class of 2023. Thanks, Rob.
Hey, thanks for having me, Dave. You look wonderful.